Good day, folks, and welcome to another edition of Inside Santa Fe Public School Podcast. I am Joe Abeta, and today our guest is the District Athletic Director for Santa Fe Public Schools, Nick Salazar. How you doing today, Nick?
Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, brother. So let's talk about athletics. It's a big part of our community here in the city of Santa Fe, as you know, in northern New Mexico, right? And I'm sure being an athletic director, it's a commitment here, especially a district athletic director for our schools, because you're really overseeing everything, right? As far as like scheduling, transportation, buses, district policies, things like that, right? What is a day like for you for Santa Fe Public Schools for the district athletic director?
So for me, I start my day off with a workout. I wake up.
Yeah.
I get my workout in the morning, either CrossFit or lifting weights.
Yeah.
I need to run more. My cardio is not where it should be, but I love to work out, get my day going, get my mind right.
Yeah.
From there, I try to get my prayers in, my food,
yeah,
and then just get ready for the day, get ready to serve the community.
Yeah. Yep. So as far as like, I mean, you guys have a lot of games. Well, how many games or events does this district have? Middle school and high school.
So you have to think at the varsity level for boys and girls basketball, right?
Yeah.
Now, 26 games each, 24, 20 plus for the JV,
mm-hmm.
22 for the C team. And that's for both high schools. That's 3. And then we have our 8 middle schools.
Yeah.
And we have up to 18 games, but they play right now 15 and then a little tournament at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So 18 games across the board for 8 schools there. That's just basketball for boys and girls. Then you have wrestling, and it depends on what type of meets and what type of tournaments that take away the points.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're probably having 2 events per school for wrestling a week. And then their district and state add on top of that, of course. And that's just your winter sports.
Yeah.
You know, powerlifting starting up now. It's the 2nd year of powerlifting.
That's right. That's right.
As an official sport.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
now with that, we have a new coach at Santa Fe High that we just hired.
Okay.
Great background. Local girl who grew up here, went off, played some college sports, came
mm-hmm.
back, and is now giving back to the community. So,
oh, that's awesome.
And then everyone knows John Michael. He's the head football coach at Capitol, and he's also the head powerlifting coach. So their season's kicking off. It started yesterday actually. So
that's pretty awesome. And let's talk about that now. You know, we brought up Coach Salazar at Capitol for football. They got to the playoffs this year, which I thought was really cool.
Yes.
Right. And I know it was a little tough. They went down to Gadsden, and they put their best out there. But just to be able for our football teams, because we're a small fish in a big ocean sometimes when it comes to football, it's really tough. It's very competitive, and it's tough to be able to shine and even to make the playoffs. So an accomplishment for him and his team to be able to do that, you know?
Yes, his 2nd year as head coach over there.
Yeah.
Haven't been to the playoffs in a while. So that was good representing. And then they got to play the number 2 team, the team that finished number 2 in the state. So
yeah.
The runner-up, that's not too bad.
It's always good for the younger classmen, to have experienced something like that, because they'll know what it's going to take to be able to be successful when they get to that point again, right?
Yes.
And be able to win. Say, hey, we gotta lift weights, we gotta run drills, we gotta show up to practice. There's got to be a commitment.
It's an eye-opener.
That type of thing, right?
Yep.
It is
definitely an eye opener, and the youngsters know they want to get to work. I was there for that game. And the biggest thing they kept telling me on the sideline is they're so strong. And it's like, you don't win in the postseason unless you do what you need to in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Championships are won in the offseason.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually, you were asking earlier what a message would be for athletes to compete and work towards championships. That's all offseason work.
Mm-hmm.
Your season is a result of what you put in the offseason.
Yeah.
And if you aren't working in the offseason, which a lot of our athletes don't across the district, you see that result when you get to state or even in districts.
Yeah.
So,
so let's talk about, because I know that we both played sports here at Santa Fe Public Schools growing up.
Yep.
How different is it now in today's world? Are there more rules? Is there more room for coaches now to coach as opposed to there was back in the day? Or how is it? How different is it as far as from a coaching perspective, from a team perspective, from a player experience perspective?
Yes, the expectations are different. They're higher. They're much higher now.
Yeah.
We didn't have a lot of specialization when we were younger. Now, when my son was growing up, he's now graduating from college this year at UNM. But when he was growing up, in order for him to be a baseball player, he had to get into club, and club costs money.
Yes.
And sometimes it's very difficult in these days for some athletes to have that opportunity that others have.
Yeah.
Dominic got to play all over the country, and he was blessed with some really good coaching. But it cost, it cost you $15,000, $20,000 a year.
Yeah.
That's college money. When you're thinking 11, 12, 13, 14, I could have paid his and his sister's college with the money I put into club.
No.
But that's now a necessary evil because of specialization in sports.
Yeah. And speaking of that, I know that as a, we always like to encourage multi-sport athletes here, especially here in our community too, because we don't have the athlete pool or the student pool to be able to pull like, hey, I'm only going to play basketball. Hey, I'm only going to play volleyball. Hey, I'm only going to play
it's necessary
football. It's necessary for the school's successes that these athletes are multi-sport athletes, right? To be able to have success in the later sports, if you will, right? Or all of our sports. How is that going? What's the state of that here in the public schools?
So in some sports, I like to look at our athletic department as a team. And we have two teams, but they're still part of a bigger team, right?
Yeah.
And we're starting with powerlifting. Wrestling does a great job. They work together. They travel together. If one coach needs help, coaches from either school help each other out. Yeah. It's such a great atmosphere. They have great programs. Coach Hidon and Coach Gallegos, they work well together, really well together. Yeah. Now with powerlifting, John Michael and Michaela are working in the same direction. And I just like to see more of that because I think metal sharpens metal. Yeah. And if you are doing what you need to with your team, you don't need to steal from another team. Yeah. You don't need to talk bad about another team. Yeah. If they're part of your family, you should be sharpening each other, just like brothers do. Brothers and sisters. It's the same concept. Yeah. My brother made me the best I could be, but he was never easy on me. And I think our coaches should be the same way with each other. And
meaning Capital, Santa Fe High.
Santa Fe High, or even just within their schools. Yeah. I hear a lot of, and I've been with the Santa Fe Public Schools. Sorry, my watch keeps banging that.
That's right.
But I've been with Santa Fe Public Schools now 9 years. And has it been 9 years? Almost 9 years. And the sad part is when you hear another coach talking about someone else, we don't want that. We want a family. We want you want to see me succeed. I want to see you succeed. Yeah. And that's what we want across athletics. And then when we set that example in athletics and we set that for our athletes, we start setting that for the community. And we start getting out of pointing out what everyone's doing wrong. And then we start changing it to celebrating what everyone's doing right. Yeah. And working together to fix the wrongs that are happening. Yeah. And I think that's our biggest focus. That's my biggest focus and vision as the new athletic director for Santa Fe Public Schools is we are in this together. We are raising the same kids in the community. We're molding our future leaders. And if we do a good job, they'll come back and they'll want to do what we're doing right now. Yeah. And I think it's just a cycle that I hope that we can start. And I think we've already started it because we see a lot of coaches who have come back and are giving back. You're a great story on a local kid growing up in Santa Fe and coming over here and doing what you're doing. Yeah. John Michael's doing a good job there. I've been blessed with my opportunities. Michaela, she's now having her opportunity to be a head coach at the high school level. Yeah. Jonathan Salazar, the new basketball coach
at Capital.
And then we have our coaches from outside too that didn't grow up here but are bringing their experiences coming in. And as long as we make them feel like family and they feel as part of what we're about, we're going to continue spreading that. And we're going to attract more people and we're going to attract our athletes wanting to come back to us. Yeah. So that's the biggest goal. And I think right now everyone likes to move to Rio Rancho. Let's just be honest. Yeah. It's expensive here and it's tough to live in Santa Fe. And we lose a lot to Rio Rancho. Heck, that's where I started Well, I didn't start coaching there, but that's where I moved to coach and
Yeah.
did a lot of my coaching prior to coming to Santa Fe Public Schools in Rio Rancho. And they do a great job there, bringing you in, molding you, mentoring you, and making you want to do good things. I think if we can start doing that in Santa Fe Public Schools, we're not going to be looking for coaches. There's going to be a line of coaches wanting to come and coach for us.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, with that, it's and giving our kids the opportunity to be successful, right?
Yes.
By giving them the stuff, the swag that they get when they're on the team, right? That's a huge thing.
Oh, everyone loves wearing it around town. And then when people see it, where'd you get that? Hey, how can I get one of those?
Yeah.
If you're part of the team, you get one of those. You get to be part of that. And it feels good to wear it.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. I remember the first time I put on a demon like summer gear type thing. I was so proud wearing it around, wore it all day long, and wear it as much as possible, and wore it with a bunch of pride. So no, that's definitely cool. So let's talk about some of the successes. We talked about the Capitol High football team, Santa Fe High having their first year coach. They showed some promise.
Yes.
They had some good games. They were competitive.
Yes, very, very good job on that part. And I think next year's going to be a great year for them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I was at half of their games this year, and they showed a fight that, we haven't seen in a while, and they did a good job getting them fired up and going, and the Santa Fe High's always had pretty good numbers. Even under Andrew, there were some pretty good numbers in those programs. They've always had a lot of players. This year, they were turning it into pretty competitive. There were quite a few games they were in it all the way to the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, so. And that's really good. I mean, yeah, it was a little different. Hate to be one of those guys that remember when I was playing, but man, we got beat all the time my senior year. It was pretty bad. So
there was a long stretch.
It was.
There was a long stretch with not a single win.
We started it, by the way. So So.
Well, don't worry. My junior year, we gave them their first win against Capitol High School when I was playing varsity that year.
Oh wow!
That was the first year Santa Fe High had ever beat Capitol.
Oh wow!
And that was my junior year. So,
we never played Capitol. When we were at Santa Fe High, the games, for some reason, they had stopped. They started with basketball, and then they went on to football a few years later, but they eased into it.
Yep.
And I'm not quite sure.
Well, I think they started with freshmen and sophomores the first year.
That's right. That's right. It was JV freshmen, and then they moved on to varsity. But man, wouldn't that have been a great game, junior, senior year, just to see how that would have all played out? Yep. It would have been interesting. Okay, so also volleyball again.
Volleyball did.
They've amazing. So Santa Fe High volleyball has had a really good run of making it into the Elite Eight and sometimes even the Final Four, which has been pretty awesome, right?
Yes, definitely. And this year, man, those girls. I was at their game and at state, the first game, and they just, at a key time, one of their key players got hurt.
Yeah.
And went down with a hurt ankle. And she didn't want to leave the floor.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome watching that, what she wanted to do and continue on for her. So it kind of changed a little bit of things. And then there were some mix-ups in lineups. I'm not sure what happened that game, but it looked like it was well controlled and on our way to a win. And then it kind of had a stalemate, it looked like. And then from there, it just looked like we lost momentum, but that team was so good, and very proud of those girls and what they did. They represented well, and when you talk to them, very, very nice. They're going to be good people, and that's the biggest thing. Yeah, they're going to be. I don't even think good people. I think they're going to be great people. They have good work ethic. Yeah, they're very nice and polite when they talk to you. They have the characteristics of what's needed to be successful in the world. And I'm excited to see what they become too. And there's a lot of them. There's still some young ones that were on that team. So let's see what happens next year.
Yeah. Capitol girls for volleyball. Scrappy.
Ooh, scrappy. And did you see how they finished the season?
No.
They won their last 3 games.
Wow. That's awesome.
So they went from a really rough season to, man, you could see the development of them because they're freshmen and sophomores.
They were young.
That was one of the best JV teams in the state. To be able to come out and win in our district, one of the toughest districts in the state, and be able to win your last 3 games or 3 matches for those volleyball players. Sorry, but the 3 matches, they talk about improvement.
Yeah.
And then they're young, so they're going to be around another 2-3 years.
Yeah,
so.
Lawrence Lovato out there is doing a great job.
Yes.
He runs a very positive program too, which I really like. And he's bought in. He's like, you can tell he's another community guy.
Yes, another Jaguar.
Grew up here. Wanted to come back, serve his family. He's a retired City of Santa Fe employee, and this was his dream. I remember talking to him a couple of times. Said, my dream is to coach. Yep. And so here he is. He's the head volleyball coach at at Capitals, which is great.
Yes, and before that, he was the JV coach or the C team coach for boys basketball, and he was one of my assistants in baseball before he took on that head coaching.
Wow!
Job. So he's been giving back for a while now.
Yeah.
So
another success, the Capital High soccer team, boys soccer team.
Oh yes,
that was pretty amazing.
Alvin has done an amazing job.
Yes, he has.
And you cannot. It's a tough world because those kiddos will, and a lot of kids at Capital High, they'll go to practice and then they go to work. In the off season, you're working around them because baseball, when I was the coach there, obviously I practiced year round. We played year round.
Yeah.
But you worked around their work schedule in the off season.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm sure it's like that with Alvin. You work with them and their in the off season around their schedule, and then they work around yours during the season. And for what these kids do with that, helping raise their brothers and sisters, working and they pay their own cars, they pay their own insurance, and I'm sure some of them even pay the bills.
Yeah,
and they're just great young men. They still need to be put in check every now and then, as every young man does. But a big thing, another message for people is we're dealing with teenagers.
Yeah.
And remember when we were teenagers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the biggest thing.
Yep.
Like I was definitely, obviously family knows how I was growing up, and they're teenagers. They're going to make mistakes, and we should be there to help get them through them, teach them through those mistakes.
Yeah.
That way they don't repeat them and they become big mistakes. But this is the controlled environment. We want them to be able to find out what's right, what's wrong, and help them be prepared to be successful later on.
Yeah, no, definitely. And Alvin is doing a heck of a job out there.
Yes, he
is. And
is.
so looking at really big things happening over there at Capital, Santa Fe High as well. I mean, they had a really good run there for a bit, right?
And this year they were only
team.
a couple games out. Like they really, that district was so tight for soccer. It was, it's a tough district. You have to win your district or come in second to really, and then when you do those two things, you're a state contender, and that's almost in every sport.
Yeah, and girls too for Santa Fe High too as well, right? I mean, I know they have some folks coming back too.
Yes,
so.
It was a young team this year. It was tough for those that were seniors that are graduating this year, but they do have a younger team. We do want to establish a feeder program for soccer. It's hard because we don't have middle schools that feed them right now.
Yeah.
And I know Justin at Santa Fe High is working with a club team now to kind of start working with the youth and start having that transition to where they come up the ranks in soccer for Santa Fe Public Schools.
Yeah. Can middle school kids try out for the C teams?
Yes. 8th graders can play as long as, because we don't have soccer in middle school. So any sport we don't provide at the middle school level, they can try out for the high school.
Okay. That's pretty awesome.
One thing on the 8th grade participation, though, which is a good thing we want to push out, especially a big thank you to our superintendent this year. We signed into policy the ability for 8th graders or 7th graders to play up at 8th grade level. That allows more 8th graders to be able to play up at the high school level.
Okay.
So slowly trying to build that transition middle school to high school and have without taking away too much from one program to build another. That policy kind of helps us because now 7th graders being able to play 8th grade obviously allows us to move up some 8th graders if necessary.
Gotcha.
And in the long run, the goal is if you have a feeder school for Santa Fe High, your coach, I want the middle school coaches to be part of the high school coaches staff. Not exactly on the court with them or doing anything like that, but when a high school coach wins a state title, it's because those 7th and 8th grade coaches prepared those athletes to get to high school. And then that coach was able to get them and take them to that next level. So it's really a team thing between the feeder schools and the high school. And I'd really like to have those ones join together. So in the off seasons, kind of working together like Rio Rancho does. And I'll always reference Rio Rancho because that's where my kids grew up.
Yeah.
As you know,
Yeah.
They didn't come to Santa Fe public schools until they were in high school. But Rio Rancho does it right. Your elementary school and your middle schools work together. And then your middle schools and your high schools work together. And the coaches at the high school level help pick the coaches at the middle school level.
Yeah.
My daughter, when she was in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, attended every Cleveland basketball camp.
Yeah.
Every summer, every winter, anytime they had a camp, she was always there. And there was just Coach Cabal at the time was so invested in her middle school. She always had stuff for them, either summertime or whenever she had the camps for them.
Yeah.
And AAU, everything ran together as a program, middle school and high school.
Yeah.
One day, as long as I'm here, I'd really like to see that in Santa Fe public schools.
Well, and we see that at other schools too.
St. Mike's.
St. Mike's that,
Yes. They do a great job.
Those boys are running the same offense on football since middle school.
Yes.
So by the time they get to Joey
has control over that middle school program. Yes.
Correct. And so they know all the base plays already.
Yes.
They've been running them. It's instinctive for them. They don't need to learn them when they're sophomores or by the freshmen. They already know those plays because they've ran them so many times. And that's really the key to a lot to their success. And,
Yes.
and you know, Joey overseeing all that, Joey Fernandez, the head coach at St. Mike's, being able to have access to those kids and be able to teach the philosophies, right?
Yep.
The team culture, all that stuff being built.
It's all built in by the time they get to high school.
Yeah, and you know, not to dive too deep into St. Mike's and their stuff, but there's been summer programs where I've gone there and I've seen the boys there, and I'm thinking, well, I wonder how St. Mike's is going to do this year, and they end up taking state. It's because those boys have bought into that program, and that's something. You know, they do that at Cleveland too. They do that at the high schools in Rio Rancho, and that's something that we can implement up here.
Yes.
That would make us and help those boys be more and boys and girls.
Yep.
You know, implement those and make them more successful by the time they get to, you know, the high school level.
Yes.
They already know what the expectation is, what the culture is, and what the plays are, and right. And
you have a recipe for success.
Correct. Exactly.
We don't need to invent it.
Yeah.
We just need to throw our flavor in there, our seasoning, and make it our flavor, right?
Yeah.
And we can jump on the same thing and do the same thing.
Yeah.
Now that's a community-wide
Correct.
effort. And in order for us to do that,
It seems like an easy sell, though, to the community because we always love it when our teams are doing so well. I mean, great example, Santa Fe High when they got to the finals that one year for basketball. Were you there?
Yeah.
Do you remember how big, how
It was huge.
full the pit was, and
Yes, it
just
was
how
huge.
magical it was? I don't think our community had pulled together for something like that in such a long time, and it was breathtaking, man.
Not since the 90s.
No.
I think that last time in the pit, at least the last time in the pit for me was Buddy's group.
Yeah, well, for Capital,
Aaron and Buddy.
yeah,
and
when they
those guys that went,
when they played Zuni and they lost in the semifinals.
Yes, and
But also, here's another modern example was when the Santa Fe High boys soccer team took state.
oh yes,
That stadium was filled with the community from Santa Fe, and we're not really a soccer town. We're a basketball town, and then maybe football second, right?
yeah.
But the amount of people that were there and the way the community comes out just to support these teams, it'd be Capital or Santa Fe High, is pretty amazing when we make a state championship.
Santa Fe does a really good job.
Yes.
when we're winning,
Yeah.
I should say.
Yeah.
And you know, I get we have to get to that point, but it takes the community involvement, you know, and
Correct.
And I think you brought up a good point. It's kind of, I don't know if you said it was common sense or that people would want this, right?
Yes.
Or it's automatic.
Correct.
But it's not. And the reason it's not is it goes back to it takes a lot of work to build a champion.
Yeah.
It takes parent involvement. It takes time driving them to and from practice. It takes time. It takes money feeding them the right things for them to develop into the athlete they need to be, because diet's very, very important.
Yeah.
It takes discipline that it's hard for a parent sometimes if they're working 2 jobs and they get home and the kid's just staying up all night playing games or on TikTok or doing something when they should be in bed. It's difficult sometimes for that parent working 2, 3 jobs, staying on top of their homework when the kid's not getting grades. So we have a few things that we have to overcome as a community, grades, how our kids are eating, the Cheetos and all the craziness that they love to eat.
Yeah.
Like athletes shouldn't be eating like that. And athletes should be eating good diets and eating, even if it's cafeteria food and the kid doesn't like it, it's okay. It's the nutrients that you need. But that's where the discipline comes in. And until we start teaching that discipline to our athletes, it's going to be very hard to make champions.
Yeah.
You know? And we're going to run into them every now and then, just with good athletes, right? Because we have special groups that come up.
Yeah.
But to be consistent, that's how you do it. You do it with off-season work, with disciplined sleep, disciplined rest, with your sleep, your diet, hitting the gym in the off season. Everybody says they want to play college sports. And I noticed this throughout Santa Fe public schools, freshman and sophomore year. Everyone's excited to play high school sports. And everyone is just like, oh, I'm going to play college. By their senior year, either the taste of getting a job and making money pulls them away. The need of having to have a job to help support the family, or if you want a car, takes them away. All those things take kids away from what they should be focusing on if they truly want to be an athlete and a champion. And my goal, hopefully, is to be able, through our newsletter that we've come up with and to communicate with people, is the importance of being an athlete. You're not an athlete during season. You're an athlete year round. You're either an athlete or you're not. It's a lifestyle. And my message to our community of athletics is you're either an athlete or you're not. Athletes don't do drugs. Athletes don't drink. They don't smoke. They eat proper. They rest. They work out hard, and they grind. And their goal is always on being better for them, being better for their team. That's what athletes do. And if you're not doing that year round, you're not really being an athlete. And student athlete, right? Well, that's part of it. That's the most important part. If you think it's just what happens on the field, your character shows in the classroom.
Correct.
How you respect your teachers, whether you like them or not. How you turn in your homework, whether you want to do it or not. When you're dead tired and you still have to do that homework after a game or after practice, that's part of being an athlete. And I think, from what I see, is everybody likes the idea of an athlete, but when they start going through it,
it's walking the talk, right?
They can't always walk it. It's tough. It's being a student athlete, especially a multi-sport athlete, is a lot harder than anyone gives credit for. And I think our students like the idea of it, but they don't realize the work that has to go into it. Oh, I gotcha. And until they realize that, and parents realize that, oh, well, my daughter or my son will focus on it when it gets there. No, if you want to be a good baseball player, you should hit and throw year round. Not kill your arm, but you should be hitting, because it's all timing and mechanics and throwing. Timing, mechanics, rhythm, throwing. And if you're a basketball players don't just start showing up when the season starts or when tryouts start.
No, they're playing throughout the season.
And they're shooting thousands and thousands of shots every week. And practice with the team isn't enough. What are you doing on your own time? How are you being a true athlete?
Correct.
So.
Oh, I gotcha. It's I mean, it brings up a lot of questions, but also and a lot of challenges. But it seems like we're on that path to success, and I think that's good.
That's what we're in it for.
No, absolutely. We don't have a lot of time left, but I want to talk to you just real quick about the new scoreboards that are being installed, that have been installed. How's that all going? I mean, they're pretty awesome looking. It seems like we're not using, that we're getting used to, but they can show video and all this other stuff too, right?
Yes. So
these are in both gyms, right? Capitol and Santa Fe High?
Both gyms have instant replay.
Okay.
But it takes more people to actually operate that.
I gotcha.
And it's a great idea. It's just a multi-year project to get trained up to be able to do it and to have personnel that are around to do it. We pay game workers. And we depend on that. Ray and Corey at Capitol High School, John and Luann at Santa Fe High. We pay people to come in, operate scoreboard, be an announcer, clean the gym,
Yeah.
set up the gym, concession stand, all that good stuff. This is just another area that we'll have to increase our
Another
budget.
feature that's
Yes.
added right to the game experience for the
Yes.
fans.
And in order to have it, we have to be
Yeah.
able to cover it with payment.
Gotcha.
And have those people where we can train them and they'll stay around for a while.
Gotcha. Any talks about scoreboards for football
Yes. So,
that you could share with us?
well, last year we were supposed to order them, but with how long it took for us to get the basketball one in place,
Yeah.
we just ran out of time.
Mm-hmm.
So this year we're looking at a different vendor. So I can tell you that because
Yeah.
we look at multiple vendors.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we have everything we need from the multiple vendors, we'll get it to facilities. And Lord willing, we have some scoreboards next year, maybe the year after.
Gotcha.
That's the goal.
That's
But, you know,
great.
that runs through facilities.
No, that's
So,
good. Always progress, you know. It'll come make it eventually. It's not stagnant.
Yes, we're always
we're
working on
ways as improving, so that's great.
Heck yeah.
That's awesome. Well, Nick, thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
No, thank you for listening to me, man. I just rambled on. for
Yeah,
you
no,
today.
it's good. It's good stuff. Good insight too. I
Yes.
appreciate that. And thanks again. How can people sign up for your newsletter?
So right now we send it out to anyone who's registered as an athlete or a parent or a coach in Dragonfly.
Okay.
If someone would like the newsletter, you can find them on sfps.info, our website.
Yeah.
Go to athletics.
Okay.
You'll drop down the menu to athletics. In athletics page, you'll see a link for our newsletter, weekly
Okay.
newsletter.
Okay.
And you can view all the newsletters there on the website.
And all the information that you have on there regarding athletics here in Santa Fe Public
Yes.
Schools.
And we try to post it every Monday, Tuesday at the latest, depending on the week. But Monday's when we push it out.
That's awesome. That's great. Well, thank you so much, sir.
Yes. Thank
Appreciate
you for
it.
having me. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Yeah, no
Yep.
problem.
You guys are awesome.
And thank you, folks, for watching our podcast. Hope you have a safe week. Have a great week. Adios.